Turkey may accept Finland into NATO. Erdogan.
Here's a summary of the article.
Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said for the first time Sunday that Ankara could accept Finland into NATO without its Nordic neighbor Sweden. Erdogan's comments during a televised meeting with younger voters came days after Ankara suspended NATO accession talks with the two countries. Turkey and Hungary remain the only members of the 30-nation Western Defence Alliance to have failed to ratify the membership bids by Sweden and Finland. Erdogan has dug in his heels heading into a tightly contested May 14 presidential election in which he is trying to energize his conservative and nationalist base of support. He signaled on Sunday that he was willing to accept Finland into the US-led defense bloc on its own. If necessary, we can give a different response concerning Finland. Sweden will be shocked when we give a different response for Finland, Erdogan said in televised remarks. If you absolutely want to join NATO, you will return these terrorists to us, Erdogan said.
This post received a score of 7,600, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
May and if and could are words that do not mean anything before actual ratification.
What does anything they say matter? Finland and Sweden made an agreement with the Turkish government. Nor if you excluded countries that housed any Kurds or Turkish opposition figures. It's not like Sweden could or would have done anything different vis-a-vis protests. Most likely, Finland would have done anything differently if the protests happened there, either.
A Russian-sponsored nutbag.
Erdogan is such a cocktease.
He's the man with the ice cream scoop faking out the patrons just trying to buy an ice cream cone. Yet.
Turkey think it might get half the pressure off their backs if they sign half the papers. In reality it probably removes much less of the pressure. F-16's not happening and so on. I know Finland doesn't want to go alone, but honestly I think they should. Now is the time to move the NATO border. Not later when Russia might not be incapacitated.
I get that Turkey is in very important geological location, and NATO needs it. But the way Turkey acts doesn't feel like an ally. It feels like a country that will let you down when you need their help the most.
They've proven time and again that they are a very valuable asset to NATO. Erdogan is a cunt for now, but Turkey is a priceless ally, regardless of what we think of them today.
Not familiar with this too well, but do you have any examples?
They are currently preventing Russian warships from entering the Black Sea and terrorizing Ukraine. It's the reason why we want them as allies. Their control over the Turkish Straits, which dictates who can and cannot enter, leave the Black Sea. If Turkey weren't a NATO member state, then they may be a little more lax with letting Russia use those straits in times of war.
It's not just the strait. They're also the gateway to the Middle East. We use them as a hub, staging point.
Remember when Donald Trump let Turkish agents beat the shit out of American protesters on American soil?
When Erdogan loses the upcoming election, his first flight will be to Mar-a-Lago or Moscow, just like Bolsonaro. Grifters gonna grift, and cause chaos to the world order for their own financial gain.
I don't think he will allow the election to be lost, even if he loses the vote. He's not a single-term fascist firework like Bolsonaro and Trump. He's been working for 2 decades now on weakening the, already dubious, democratic institutions of Turkey.
He definitely won't. People in my country, even opposition supporters who are pessimistic, put too much trust in institutions, filled with AKP members coincidentally, to uphold democracy while ignoring the things this guy have been doing for the last decade. He completely neutralized one of the biggest threats to him, army, and built a stupidly big palace overlooking the mausoleum of his biggest enemy. He will destroy Turkey before giving up his throne.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.